Tonight, a major new development in the alleged hazing death of Penn State student Timothy Piazza.
We have new evidence.
Surveillance video that authorities say was once destroyed, now recovered by the FBI.
This is the video that they clearly did not want seen.
Guess what, guys? Now we know.
Prosecutors say the footage from the basement of the Beta Theta Pi house shows fraternity brothers giving the 19-year-old pledge at least 18 drinks of beer, wine, and vodka, all in just an hour and 22 minutes.
It's awful how much of a coordinated effort that this crew kind of took upon themselves to get Tim and these other pledges so drunk for the reason of becoming part of their organization. I am glad that the basement video was recovered and we finally know what went on down there, because that was the whole defense argument. We don't know.
Piazza's parents reacting to the new charges in this interview with ABC's Gio Benitez.
At this point, have you been able to watch that video, or you're just not doing that?
No.
I think we're just not doing that.
Now, new charges against a dozen former fraternity brothers, bringing the total to 26. On the night of February 2nd, prosecutors say Piazza and other Beta Theta Pi pledges participated in a drinking challenge called the Gauntlet.
They bring the pledges and make them drink copious amounts of alcohol really quickly.
Piazza eventually suffered a catastrophic fall 15 feet down a flight of stairs. A grand jury report says no one immediately called 911. Instead, previously released surveillance video from the upper floors of the frat house captured hours of Piazza in distress, the injured college sophomore trying to get up and repeatedly falling over. 4 men are seen dragging his limp body upstairs, trying to rouse him by slapping his face and pouring water over him. Cordell Davis, a fraternity brother who was at the event that night, says he tried to get Piazza the help he needed.
I was screaming and yelling. I was saying we need to take him to a hospital. We should call an ambulance, dial 911.
It's nice that he had good intentions at the time, but I don't know why anybody didn't pick up a phone.
Instead of dialing 911, the report says the brothers were using their phones to search for the phrases falling asleep after head injury, and a few minutes later, binge drinking, alcohol, bruising or discoloration, cold feet and cold hands. 12 hours after Piazza's fall, the first call for help.
What's going on today?
We have a friend who is unconscious. He hasn't moved. He's cold extremity. It's probably need an ambulance.
Back in May, when I spoke with Piazza's parents, Evelyn and Jim, along with brother Mike, they said by the time they saw him in the intensive care unit, he was almost unrecognizable.
He was all covered up with warming blankets. You were trying to find a spot of skin to touch. A nurse brought me forward and told me to kiss him goodbye. It was hard. And that's what you think of when you close your eyes.
It looked like he got hit by a car. He was in bad shape. He was on full life support. His eyes were half open. He wasn't there. The nurse brought me in a room to see them, and they broke it to me that he wasn't gonna wake up ever.
Piazza died from his injuries the next day. Medical experts estimate that his blood alcohol content at the time of the fall was 0.4. During a preliminary hearing in July, prosecutors say they had evidence that members of the Beta Theta Pi chapter had withheld key information, including these text messages allegedly exchanged between the frat brothers. One reads, "He looked expletive dead." Another, "I think we are expletive, like beyond expletive. I think after this, we could be kicked off. It's over. And I don't want to go to jail for this. Hazing is a huge thing." However, prosecutors say some of those texts showed an attempt at a cover-up. One brother allegedly urging another to delete a group message that included Piazza so there would be no evidence on Tim's phone. Another writing, "Make sure the pledges keep quiet about last night and this situation."
These fraternity guys thought that by erasing text messages or erasing their searches on their internet browser, that they would prevent law enforcement from finding that information. But the reality is, once a text message is sent, once an internet search is conducted, that information can't just disappear.
Prosecutors now say the frat brothers believe they could make the basement video disappear too. Initially, they say authorities were led to believe the video cameras in that part of the house weren't working. They now claim one student intentionally deleted it. Police worked with the FBI to recover the missing footage. That student now charged with tampering with evidence.
They knew we were attempting to get that tape. There was a text message where that same individual had been talking with another person about deleting it.
There's no question it was intentionally deleted.
Yeah.
I mean, that will come out in the hearings.
The DA says the video's discovery unravels the previous defense claim that this was all social drinking.
We know for a fact that no one else, that Tim was not getting his own drinks and that the brothers were continuing to furnish him.
Today's charges show prosecutors are going after hazing hard, refiling charges of involuntary manslaughter against 5 men after a judge dismissed those same charges back in September. All 14 men previously indicted have denied the charges. ABC News reached out to all 12 of the new defendants. Only one of them responded, denying any involvement.
I think there's been a lot of questions at universities in the last several years about hazing and what it means and who's responsible. It's often more complex when you have young people, you have people drinking, stories change, stories are not always reliable.
Despite the pain and the heartbreak, Tim Piazza's parents hope their son's story can help make hazing a thing of the past.
Talk to your children. Tell them not to get involved in this nonsense. And if you're potentially one of the people that are about to get hazed, just walk away. Have friends with you and make a pact and walk away.
Your life is too important to put it on the line for a brotherhood or a sisterhood.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.